Hi everyone, today I thought that I would have a go at this picture here. I can't zoom in any further, so we're going to have to just cope with it like this, but I'm sure we'll manage. But I thought I would have a go at a few of the elements. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I thought I would make a start. I'm going to start with these. Now, I don't know if you have figured out, Johanna has put on the facing page, can you spot a fruit that's often mistaken for a vegetable? Yes, what's this? It's a tomato. So I'm going to start by colouring the tomatoes, so it'll be good fun. I'm using my Faber Castell Polychromos today. I'm going to start with the light cadmium red for each tomato. I'm going to do them all with a layer of this to start with. Tomatoes obviously vary in colour. These are going to be red ones, but I'm going to not have them all the same red, so I'm going to vary it a little bit. So I'm going to start with this orangey colour and then add some layers of red to them after. Polychromos work well being layered up. They like lots of layers anyway, so it should work well. So my next, I'm just working along in the box, so I have got the pale geranium lake next, and I'm starting to think here about where I want it to be darker. So where they're overlapping here, I think this needs to be a bit darker. I'm sorry about the noise outside. I figured out what it is. Yesterday's video I made as well with this noise in the background, and my neighbour has actually got his leaf blower out, and he's tidying up all the leaves outside in the street, which is extremely kind of him, so certainly can't complain. And I'm not sure what he's going to do with them once he's blown them all into a big pile. Now, I am not a huge fan of leaf blowers. I think they're a bit of a waste of time some of the time. I think if you use them to just put some leaves in a pile, I think that's a waste of time. The wind's just going to blow them back. If you pile them up and then sweep them up, that's a whole different matter. This is Scarlet Red. I don't know what he's going to choose to do. So now I'm really working on where I want the darker areas. Now this tomato here is at the back, so it's going to be dark. I'm going all the way around the edge with this darker colour. And what I'm going to do now is grab that light cadmium red and just finish it off by blending it all around here. You can see I'm leaving a paler area in the middle there. That's how I want it to look. Okay, back to the Scarlet Red for this one. So where these two touch, it would be darker. And I'm going to take that darker bit underneath a bit and across. I'm going to try not to make it quite as dark as under there. And with this one, around the edge a little bit and darker on this side. Basically, we're going to put our shine somewhere near the middle. Like that. And then back to the light cadmium red for both of these to just blend in those colours and sort of emphasise that shine area. You can add shine with a white gel pen to get a real line of shine, but I prefer to do it like this sometimes, so you just leave a more subtle lighter patch of colour. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. Now we have our stalky bits, for want of a better word. I'm thinking the permanent green might be a good colour for those. I don't know if you can see that. I can't, because I'm not zoomed in, I can't see myself, so I've got no idea. So I'm just going to do them all in this colour. It might be a little bit light. I'm trying to remember what colour these bits are. They're quite dark, aren't they? But there we go. I think picked tomatoes tend to have a darker bit than when they're on the bush, but I don't really know. Anyway, this is the colour I've got now. If you want it darker, use the darker shade. I'm not really going to worry too much about doing much shading on the stalk. We have some leaves. I'm trying to work out, I think I will do these two as tomato leaves and then all the rest is apple leaves, but I'm not going to do the leaves now. I'm not sure about that one either. It's just a sort of stylized leaf to make form the circular shape. Now tomato flowers are yellow and white, so I'm just trying to, I'm actually going to have a quick look because at a picture. This is a tip I've shared with you before. It's not not rocket science, but to take a look in a search engine to sort of see what they look like. Now I've just checked, the inside part is a little bit darker than the outside, but they're still quite a bright and vibrant yellow. So I'm going to start with this one, which is the number 106. I can't find oh, here it is, my little booklet to tell me what that is. My pencil has rolled away. It is light chrome yellow, and I'm going to use that for these centres. I'm going to do quite a hard layer though, because yellows don't always show up brilliantly. Like that. And this one is a bud, so it would be the colour of these outside petals, which I'm going to do in a slightly lighter yellow. I think I'm going to try the light yellow glaze and see if it shows up. It may not, but we'll see. I think it shows up enough. We could always do a little bit of a background to make it show up more, but I hadn't planned on doing a background on these, so I'll see. I think it's showing up enough for my liking anyway. It might not show up so much on camera. I'm not doing anything fancy at the minute, just putting down a layer of colour, but I'm going to grab the light chrome yellow and just add in a few areas where I think it might be darker, near the near where it hits that centre part, and here near where it's near the leaf. It may not show, but I know it's there. There we go. So that's our tomato. The apple. Now apple blossom tends to be a really pretty pink colour, so I'm going to show you that. I'm going to use the light magenta, but I'm going to use it really ultra light and fine, so just a really gentle layer to start with. Ooh, there's something rough on the page there, scratchy. I don't know what that was. It's gone now. So just a light layer. This isn't really the right colour, to be honest, but I don't think it, don't know if it matters really. I'm just looking up apple blossom to try and work out what it looks like in the middle, because we've got this sort of centre part and I don't know whether that's really there or not. It looks like it's my search engine wants to show me clematis, japonicas and amaryllis. The centre is yellow and white, so that's fine. So we'll do the edges, and we're trying to keep a really light touch because it tends to be quite pale. There are sometimes some darker areas. I'm now looking so I can talk with knowledge to the blossom, but on the edges of the buds, we've got some buds over here. They would be a bit darker, so I'm going to make these a little bit darker, lighter on the tip. But on the actual flowers, once they're open, they're quite pale. But actually some of them are a little darker on the edges of the leaves, so I think I'm just going to do that just because it's fun. It just gives me a bit more to colour as well. There we go. And for the centres, they're quite pale yellow. What I'm going to do is grab that yellow we used before, the lighter one, the light yellow glaze, and I'm going to colour the whole of the centre with that, just really over the top. And then there is actually, sometimes they have a few little dots in the centre of the dark. Just having a look. The seeds bits, like these, are sometimes darker. What am I going to do? I'm going to grab my yellow Posca and do a few dots, if I can get the lid off. and around and about. It probably may not show up on top of the yellow, but that's okay. I'm going to do each of these in the yellow because they haven't been coloured yet. They've probably been coloured over in pink, to be honest. Like that, and that I'm going to finish with some white in a minute. I'm just going to talk to you about the apples. How are we doing? I could show you an apple. Now we need to decide if we want to do them red or green. Now I think I'm going to do them green just because we've got red tomatoes and so we want a little bit of a difference on the page. So I'm going to do them all in greens. Obviously apples vary in their colour. So I am going to use a couple of shades of green, probably these three actually. Earth green, yellowish, May green and permanent green olive, she says as she drops her pencil. So this is the permanent green olive and I'm just going to do one apple. I think we'll do this one. Now Johanna has shown us here. She wants lots of shadow here where these are overlapping. So I'm going to take notice of what she's telling us. So I'm going to do it darkest here. And then fade it as we go here, and a bit darker under there, like that, and then a bit dark here. But I'm also going to do a bit of a darker edge here as well, and under there. Then I'm going to grab my earth green yellowish, you have to believe me, that's what it is, go right over the top of all of that. With a nice heavy stroke and then fade it down. I want the apple to have some shine like our tomatoes did. So we're going to draw the colour in gently towards the centre and leave a lighter area. So I'm just scumbling around the edge so we can blend this into our final colour, which is the May green. And I'm going to go over quite a lot of this again because I want this to be quite solid around here. Now I do have a lot of other fruit and veg colouring videos, which from from Worlds of Wonder, get it right. And so there's a playlist actually from the fruit and veg page with all the fruit and veg videos. But I also have I have a pineapple one, I have a berry one, I have a blackberry one. So there's quite a few on this page that I've done before, and pears. I think there are some pears somewhere on the page. Yeah. So I haven't done passion flowers, I don't think, which are next to here. Hopefully you can see we've left that little shine. Now the only bit we've got left really here is the bit of dead flower that's at the bottom of the apple, and I'm going to do that in a brown. Just going to find a brown. Which one do I think? I think this one looks best, but it doesn't want to come out. Oh, everything else came out as well. This is the Van Dyck brown. Just looked right to me. I'm just going to do those little tips in the Van Dyck brown. And there we go. I think we're going to leave that there, apart from that final touch of white. I think I am going to use my white Posca because I want it to show up, so I want quite a thick dot. And I'm going to go in here with the white Posca. Just randomly there, and I'm going to use a thinner one, a thinner pen, if I can find it. Here we go. This is the Jelly Roll. It's a 0.505, so it's a smaller nib, and I'm going to use it on these. So hopefully we'll still be able to see a little bit of the yellow. Not going to worry too much if it disappears, but because it's just a fine dot, the yellow might still show up. So that's our final touches of that. We're not going to put any around here. There's no white in those flowers. So that is us, I think. So I hope you enjoyed that one. I'm just trying to find my remote control so I can turn it off in a moment. But obviously that should give you enough to do the rest. I now haven't done the leaves, but I've done a lot of leaf tutorials, so I'm sure you can have a go at that. And as I say, just go on to your search engine and find out what colour they need to be. Or just make it up, you know, just have some fun with it. So thank you so much for watching and happy colouring.